Welcome to Cards Unboxed. Today I wanted to take a look at the mystery boxes by Merchant of Magic. This is a monthly offering in limited numbers, and once they're sold out, they don't get restocked. Usually only 100 boxes are made a month, and they tend to sell out pretty quickly. The boxes tend to cost just short of £40. It's always claimed that you'll receive much more than the cost of the box, but doesn't indicate a potential value. I'm always a little sceptical when it comes to mystery boxes that it's just the tat or the stuff that doesn't sell and this is a way to get shut of it. This box was from April 2022, so I'm not going to be ruining any surprises this month for anybody. Aside from the branded sweets, this box contains 5 different items. So far that seems pretty good for the £38 I paid, but let's get a closer look and see what we've got. To start with, the modern feel Jerry's Nuggets in steel. Not a bad deck at all. Next we have Champagne Supernova, a version of Pen Through Coin by Marvelous Effects. Not familiar with this trick yet, so I'll reserve judgment for the moment. We've also got Michael Chatelain's The Thinnest Deck. Looks like the gimmicks are included too. We also have Mark Mason's 2-disc Decade DVD. Mark Mason is a regular at the Blackpool Magic Convention and used to own JB Magic Shop, incidentally the first magic shop I ever went to. Unfortunately that's long gone now. And the final item is this rather plain looking hardback book, Weston's Way with Cards by Mark Weston. This seems to have a whole host of effects and sleights to sink your teeth into. So a decent deck that's less than a year old at the point of receiving this is a good start. Champagne Supernova, the Pen Through 50p coin effect released in 2020. I've watched the tutorial now and I've played with the gimmick. Probably won't end up using this if I'm honest, I've got a better version of Pen Through. The 2-disc Decade DVD by Mark Mason. I've now watched the interviews and all 16 effects that are taught, and whilst there is some great material on here, you've got to bear in mind it's a 14-year-old DVD. The Thinnest Deck is the only product I'm disappointed by. The 2 routines aren't that fun to perform or interesting as a spectator. I can't see it earning anybody's pocket space. Also, the gimmicks look really cheaply designed and printed, laser printed on basic card stock, probably less than £1 to make, and the price is over £30 retail. I'm glad I haven't paid full whack for it and it was bundled in as part of this pack. Now to the last product, the hardback book, Weston's Way with Cards. Despite the fact this book is 28 years old, there's still a lot of value to magicians. The tricks are well explained and the diagrams and photos are great to help with the learning process. But that 1994 release date does bring me back to one of the main concerns with mystery boxes, in that they can be filled with stock a supplier has been unable to sell. We have a book from '94, a DVD from 2008, a 2-year-old Pen Through Coin effect, and a poorly made, expensive gimmick deck. On the upside, I paid £37.99 for this box, and looking at the individual retail costs of these items, the total value is over £130. That certainly seems like a bargain in the end, and the book and the DVD do come with a wealth of experience and knowledge that I will benefit from, even though they are quite old. And don't forget we get those reprint Jerry's Nuggets. I didn't think April did that good of an impression, so I also got May's mystery box to see what that had. Well, to start with, we got some extra sweets as well as the branded ones. Still a nice touch. Just like last month, there's 5 items in this box, maybe that's the pattern. A deck of Hinode playing cards, Laura London's Crimson Deck, Instapad 2.0, I didn't realise there was a first one. Another DVD, Big Blind Media, Digits of Deception with Alan Rorison. And another very plain looking hardback book to add to the Magic Library, Fingertip Fantasies by Bob Austin. So let's start with the DVD, Digits of Deception. I actually quite enjoyed this DVD and I've got a few of Big Blind Media's DVDs. Well filmed, strong tutorials, this one's got 8 effects on it. Some of them you've got to make your own gimmicks, but they're easy to do. No complaints with this at all. Instapad 2.0, fun little thing with a gimmick included, doesn't take much to learn. It's a nice little kids trick or social media trick. The Crimson Deck's the surprise product here for me. Although it's a couple of years old, great effect. I'd actually looked at buying this anyway, and it retails for £40, so I already made my money back. I didn't already have the Hinode deck, so I'm happy with this. Again, a couple of years old, but a solid 10 quid deck. Good one to add to the collection. And finally, the hardback book, Fingertip Fantasies. This book, printed in 1976. Wow, this is an old book. Does have a number of effects. Honestly, that old, even veteran magicians probably forgot about them. So these would be quite unique if you were using them today. So in review, Maze Mystery Box has a 46-year-old book full of vintage gems, a quick social media trick, the Crimson deck, which I love, a good DVD, and a decent deck of cards. And then back to the cost versus value, looking at individual retail prices again. These are another month totaling over £130 and they're only paid £37.99. Looking at the price for Instapad 2.0 though, at close to 40 quid, it wouldn't surprise me if that wasn't selling. It's the same story for the thinnest deck. Then you've got the DVDs that are being replaced by digital downloads anyway, and 2 books that are decades old. For the money I've paid, I'll still get a lot of value out of what I've got, but it is definitely a way for them to clear old stock. What do you think of these 2 boxes? You know the drill by now, leave a comment. Also, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video, and you can find us at cards_unboxed on Instagram too.